So I feel like, you know, sharing my testimony of Jesus, I think now's the time to give you what was given to me and let you know who I was then. Because a lot of you don't know who I truly was then. I want to show you how far God has brought me and the reason why he brought me from that to now and the reason behind it. And I'm going to say this. Many is called, but a few are chosen. Many is called, but a few are chosen. And in the Bible states that if you have a testimony of Jesus Christ, if you're given a testimony of Jesus Christ, and you do not tell man, man is male and female. If you do not display it to man, for I will judge you, because I came to you, and I came to you to display that to my sons and daughters. So I have to tell you. So 3 years ago, I was asleep, and at the time, I was in a relationship at the time, and I was just asleep next to my girl at the time, and I was on this beach, and I was walking. I saw this guy, and I asked the guy, "Where is he?" Immediately, I'm asking about where's Jesus immediately, right? I said, "Where is he?" So he pointed to this rock building, and he said, "He's up there." So I went up the stairs, went inside the building, went upstairs. It was 3 ladies sitting at 3 separate desks. And I go and ask one of the ladies, I said, "Where is he? I'm looking for him." And she walked me to the window, and she said, she pointed back down at the beach, and she said, "He's down there." And I'm like, "Man, I just came from down here. I didn't see him." So I go back downstairs. I walk back on the beach, and I couldn't find him. And I saw the same man I saw when I first entered the dream. And I said, "Where is he?" So he pointed to the water and said, "He's there." So I walk to the shore, because mind you, in the ocean, the water flows back like that. So as I'm walking to the shore, I seen this dark figure swimming back and forth fast. I said, "Oh, that's the devil." I immediately knew that was the devil. So the dark figure rose out the water, and the dark figure dissipated, right? And as soon as the dark figure dissipated, I saw Jesus standing in the water. I ran in the water. I was running after Jesus. I was in that water running, and I got like stomach deep, and I was a little further from Jesus, and I said, "Where you going? Why are you leaving me?" And you know what he said? He said, "You have to choose." And I'm like, I chose you. And he said, "You have to choose." And I woke up. Man, I was so scared. I've never been so scared and fearful in my life. So I woke my girlfriend up at the time, and I told her, I said, "I just saw the devil and Jesus at the same time." And she was like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah." I started crying because it was real. I called my grandmother, and I told her, and she couldn't believe it. She couldn't believe it. The fact that Jesus came to me in my dream. And it was real. And I didn't really understand at that time what that meant until now. So let me go before that dream, and let me go back and tell you who I was. Who I was. So the devil had a hold of my life. There were 5 things that I did around that time that were so devilish. So devilish. Right? So let me give you my testimony. So the first devilish project that I was a part of was I got a passport, and I had some friends that were of a country, and I wanted to smuggle cocaine from there to the United States. Right. So as I got into that project, I was getting ready to go to this particular country, and I was waiting on a phone call, and when I got the phone call, my point of contact was like, "There's somebody here that I don't know, I've never seen before. Don't come just yet. Wait till I call you, and I'll tell you when to come. I'll let you know when it's clear." So a few days went by, no, a day went by, and I called, and he didn't answer. So he called me back, and he said, don't come. I said, why? He said, because they took everybody to jail. Everybody. Right? It's project number one. God didn't allow it to happen. It wasn't meant for it to happen. Project number two, when Oxycontin pills first came out, I bought a machine from China to make Oxycontin pills. Right? I found out where to buy the machinery from to make the pills. So I bought the machine. I masterminded how to make the pills. All the ingredients, the colors, the time capsules, the dye press, everything. I put it all together. Found the ingredients and had my buyers lined up. All the buyers disappeared like that. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't even understand why. Right? Couldn't even understand why they disappeared. God didn't allow project number two to happen. Right? Project number three, when Molly first came out, I found out how to make Molly. Found out all the ingredients. So I bought all the pill capsules from China, all the separating machines to separate the powder from the capsules, to put the capsules together, the labels and all that. Had the buyers lined up. Buyers disappeared. Couldn't understand it. Because by this time, I'm like, dude, I see everybody else getting money. Why I can't get it? And I'm trying to do it on a major level, like millions, like making millions. We ain't talking about no chump change. So project number four, I got into crystal meth at the time, and one of my contacts connected me with somebody was able to get, some pure crystal meth. And at the time, I'm like, I'm not about to buy nothing that's stepped on. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it 100% pure, untouched stuff. So I said, that way I have maximum room to maximize my profit. So I got my first pound and, dished it out. Never happened, took a loss. But it wasn't that I took a loss. It's when I started getting calls from other people wanting pounds of it, right? So I said, oh, okay, I took a loss on this on just one. I can sell 10, 20, 50, 30 of them. So I go back to the same guy, didn't answer my phone call, and I'm wondering, well, what's going on? So a week or two went by, so I actually met up with one of my contacts. I'm like, dude, what happened? Got killed. So God stopped that fourth one. Didn't allow it to happen. Fifth and final project, right? So at the time, got involved with some people and learning how to make money, print money. Some people from another country that we had contact with knew how to make it. So what I do, I go buy the machine. We source out the machine to print money, bought it, got into the dye press and the colors and all that stuff. And long story short, it didn't happen. So 5 devilish projects that Satan had a hold of my life. That was who I was. And I was doing it because I wanted to feed my family. I wanted to, take care of my significant other at the time. My brain was creative. I was masterminding things to become a millionaire. I was going for the jugular. So now I look back at that. I said, man, if I can put my mastermind into something negative, then I can create something positive. I'm smart. I can do it. So I left that alone. I got into music stuff and apps and different other projects that I just can't name, but long story short, as time went on, things started happening in my life and I couldn't understand it. Then the cannabis business came about, right? Raised 1.2 million. Mastermind. Again, the cannabis business is not of God either. It's a double-edged sword, But keep in mind, David in the Bible, he was a mass murderer, and God used David to turn people over to Jesus. So not you can't just judge just yet, because you never know how God will use you, right? The cannabis business is a double-edged sword. On the other end, that business can be used to build God's kingdom on earth as it is in heaven. I can use that money, build more recreational centers, build more occupational centers, do for the people. Or on the other hand, if I didn't know the Bible, if I didn't know it, if I was the old me, I use that money and do selfish things with it, right? So I can't just make that call just yet. I'm not even worried about that right now. But what I'm saying is, look how far God has brought me. Now I know why he had a calling on my life. My calling is to lead you to righteousness, to lead you to Jesus Christ, to lead you into his works, to teach you, because I will be judged off my works. You will be judged off your works when Jesus comes, right? And look how far he's brought me. Look at my track record. I'm being honest with you. I share these Bible posts, these scriptures, these videos because this is what he wants me to do. He wants me to show his sons and daughters who he is, how powerful he is. He's the Alpha and the Omega. He's the beginning and the end. Why do you think this world is going through this whole virus thing? Man, wake up. He pulled me at the right time. He waited 13, I got into that stuff 9 years ago. He waited all this time, then he yanked me. But he knew my heart. He knew my heart. Your heart tells the story. God knows who you are. He knew in my heart that that's not what I really wanted to do. I did it because of society. Society told me I had to keep up. Society told me, I had to make all these millions, live in a fancy house, make millions of dollars, buy these fancy cars. And I'm not a flashy person, but I was trying to live in that life. Not even my close friends know this. I just told my mom and my grandmother about this just 2 days ago. But look how far God has brought me. It's my testimony. Why do you think he came in my dream? He said, you have to choose. Case in point, I went to church. I go to One LA Church on Thursdays at 8 p.m. and on Sundays from 9 a.m. we have 11:15 and 1:30. Listen to me. I spoke to my pastor. They prayed over me. I keep it G with you. Since I've been doing this work, I got followed last Saturday by the devil himself. I seen him with my own eyes walking down the street. This guy passed me. I seen him. He was looking normal. As soon as I passed him, I felt this energy, this negative energy. I'm like, oh, he's staring at me. I turned around, the man stopped and stared at me. I kept walking, turned around again, he's still staring at me. Kept walking, turned around, he's still staring at me. Next thing I know, he following me. This wasn't on no gangbanging stuff. This was different. So I turned the corner because my truck was parked all the way around the corner at a parking structure. So I went around the corner and walked across the street. Then I said, let me wait and see if he gonna bend the corner. He bent the corner. So I kept walking. So I said, let me see if he gonna follow me more. He kept following me. Now we eye to eye. We cross the street neck and neck. So I stopped. He stopped. So I said, this the devil. I seen his eyes. He looked so dark in the face. So I walked across the street. As he walked across the street, we met in the ministry. I said, you okay? He said, yeah, I'm okay. Yeah. Then his face immediately went back light again. He walked off. So I had to go talk to my pastor because, again, I knew this wasn't no, forgive me God for saying it, this wasn't no nigga shit. I knew it. So I treated this one different. I didn't react. I wasn't fearful, but I knew what it was. So I asked my pastor that the next Thursday at our service, I said, I got to talk to you about something. So I told her. And you know what she said? God has placed a calling on your life. We've been watching you. When you come to church, how you treat people. We notice that you do certain things to people when they're crying and when they're in hurt, when they're in pain. We notice that you lift them up in spirit. You have no idea how God is moving through you in this church. So I'm like, oh, they watching me. See, God is always watching. He said, you got a calling on your life to move people to righteousness, to lead people to righteousness, right? So she described this one thing to me as they were praying. She looked down on the ground. She took her feet. She drew a line. She said, on this side is God. But on that side is the devil. And it's easy for you to go on that side. And when she said that, it brought me back to that dream. So I said, I have a revelation for you for that line. She said, what? I told her about the dream I just told you earlier. And she said, all the prayer worshipers behind me, after I told her the dream, they was like, oh, they couldn't believe it. And she told me, you was meant to speak. You were meant to speak. You have confidence. You have courage. You are bold. You don't care what nobody say or think of you. You were meant to speak. Look at me today. By the grace of God, man, I am so thankful and grateful for his presence in my life. I'm wealthy and successful in my heart. I don't care of the things of the world anymore. I really don't. I'm young. I'm a single black man. I'm happy. Yeah, I may not be where I really want to be in life, but that was the old me of thinking. I would have thought that the old me. I'm so happy in my spirit, man. I'm so happy in my spirit. I'm so grateful for Jesus Christ and his hands placed upon me, his favor and his grace on my life. I thank him. I thank him. He wanted me to seek him and him only. I was idolizing. So I repented. I got on my knees and I repented for everything I did. Everything I did. That was who I have to tell you who I was, so therefore you know who I am today. You know? So I don't trip anymore. I don't worry. I don't do nothing. I get my head in that Bible. I go out my day. I work my 9 to 5. I still got my cannabis business pending. That's fine. If it happens, it happens. If it happens, great. I know what I need to do with it. If it don't, it wasn't meant. There's a bigger purpose. But even if it does happen, I know what I have to do. I have to build his kingdom on earth. I know that business is not going to last for a long time. It's not. I'm going to have to separate myself from it as I build his kingdom on earth. Help people, move people, lead people to his word, lead people to him, change people's lives. I know I'm going to have to do it. It's coming. I'm not even tripping about being a millionaire no more. That was my main focus at first. That's not no more. That is not my focus anymore. And even when it comes, more likely I'm just going to pretty much give all the money away. Because that's not happiness. That's not, of course I'm going to keep something for myself, but more likely it's going to go to people, changing their lives. Changing their lives. I'm so powerful in here, and in here I can create anything. I'm a master of my mind. I'm a creator. I was going for the juggler back then. I didn't care, but I just want to show you my testimony, because if I didn't tell you that Jesus came to me, I would have been judged for it. For me knowing that he came to me and you did not tell my sons and daughters of who I was, yeah. So look, man, if you don't believe in God, now's the time. If you never prayed like that, if you never got in the Bible, if you never went to church, now's the time, man. We are in some crazy, wicked times. We're living of the Bible right now. Matthew 24, read it. What's happening now? Revelations, read all 22 chapters. It's happening right now. And at the end of the Bible it says, for therefore you will not know what time I'm coming. For like a thief in the night, you don't know which hour I'm coming. I am coming quickly. That's what it says at the end of the Bible. Nothing else is written. Be mindful of what you're doing to people, man. Stop. Repent for all your sins. If you haven't read the 10 Commandments, read it. Now's the time. Stop lying. Stop committing adultery. Stop lusting. Stop being hateful, stealing, all that, man. Look, now's the time. Stop. Please, he is coming. He's coming to judge us. Like I said, many is called, but a few are chosen. I'm so grateful that I was chosen. I was so grateful that I was chosen, man. I just want to share this with you because it's real, man. It's real. So when you see me out in the streets, for those who know me, you see me out, come talk to me, man. I'll give you the word. I'll show you who God is. I'll tell you about him. You know what I mean? I want you to know too because I love you, right? And I want you to look at me in a different way, like, man, ooh, God done saved him. He sure did, man. God done saved me, man. I just want to share that with you. Like I said, if nobody tell you they love you today, I do. But wake up, man. Wake up. Wake up. And I look at my past relationship, and I'm like, why did it happen? It was never about what we did to one another. It wasn't about that. It was about my purpose. He removed me. He wanted me to focus on him and him only. I'm telling you, this is real, man. This is real. He pulled me at the right time. He knew I was going to receive it. He knew in my heart that I was going to take his hand. And I took it. And I took it. So look, I love you. Some of you may be where you want to be in life right now. That's okay. Yeah. But I guarantee you, you're doing some things. You're doing some things that are not of him. That are not of him. You need to reevaluate what you're doing. For real. Like, seriously, reevaluate what you're doing. Reevaluate it. Because he's coming, man. Now is the time to make changes. But like I said, I love you. I love you so much, man.